we need to get a new outlet aside from Google Hangouts, possibly. Awesome. Well, we're back after the legendary crash of 2014. So we have returned.
Shall be known.
Forever and ever and ever. So here with Taylor and Kacey talking about their upcoming gaming marathon for the National Multiple Sclerosis Society, which is really hard to say this late at night.
You should hear Taylor at like 20 hours in.
It's hard to say at any time. I have to like really think about it when I say it.
And that's, oh, sorry. And that's something I am super excited to actually see you guys try to say that 20 hours in.
National Multiple Society.
Tom will donate $50 if you can say it 3 times fast at hour 20.
I will hold you to that. No, I won't. But I'll try it.
Notice how I dedicate Tom's money, not mine.
Yeah. So.
One more plug, if I may.
Yeah, please go for it.
We have sponsorship slots. If anybody has a business or website or blog or whatever they want us to kind of advertise for them, all I have to do is donate $25 to the charity, let us know, and then every 3 hours we'll throw up a full-page ad of their thing, read a 30-second blurb that they write for us, and tweet about them and have them in our blog posts. So
just for $25?
$25.
So anyone listening to this, and will be listening to this the next 2 days, that may have a business and not know what a killer value that is in the world of the internet, you should probably pay them 4 times more than that and take them up on that offer, because that's impressive. That's a good value.
Or what we also do, if any indie devs or regular devs or crafters want to like donate prizes for us to give away to people, we'll also give them that same thing.
Awesome.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Oh, so I was saying, and I noticed on your Twitter you mentioned that tomorrow you're going to be announcing prizes?
Yeah. We have some Steam games to give away, a couple little goofy crafts, and hopefully some
We always have some fun, goofy stuff. One that we already did announce because it's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. Don't.
But we do a lot of fun, ridiculous stuff that we just, because we're campy. Because it's our 1-year anniversary, which is the paper anniversary. We're mailing Paper Mario action figures to everyone who donates.
That's awesome.
So that's that. And it's
also stuff like Portal 2 and Bioshock Infinite.
Those two.
Just the good stuff. Just the good stuff.
Do you guys reach out to any like of the news, outlets, whether it's radio, TV, just to help get the word out there, or do you stick mainly to social media and word of mouth?
We have stuck mainly to social media. I'm interested in like looking at other outlets, but I haven't done that yet because I don't know where to turn exactly.
Fair enough. Awesome.
But yeah, we're hoping to branch out for that as well.
So remind us again your social media. So you guys are at Give 8 Red Coins on Twitter.
Yes,
right?
Because 8 Red Coins was taken by someone who doesn't use it, and it's frustrating.
They haven't tweeted in like 4 years, and it's
all right.
So we're basically Give 8 Red Coins on everything: Twitch, Twitter, something else. Vine? Are we on Vine?
We are on Vine, but that just goes to our Twitter. So
basically Twitter.
Okay.
And then we have a Facebook page as well. That's 8 Red Coins.
Okay. Now, say somebody won't be able to watch this weekend. Is the donation link live now, or when does that go live?
It's live now.
Live now.
On our website, there's a banner at the top. You just click on it. Or if you go to tinyurl/8rcmario64, it'll take you there.
Awesome. And then you can go through there and you can donate. So you can start donating now. So even if you can't watch the stream this weekend, like if you're taking your wife out for a wedding anniversary, like this guy, then go donate early.
How's your Xbox One?
It's not existent right now. So yeah, go out there, do some good in the world. Like I think this is the cool thing to note is that there's so many different ways gamers as a whole can get involved, and we've talked about this on the podcast before. And I hate to be that guy to say it, but as someone who's very, very in love with the gaming community and very plugged into it, it's not always the best reputation. So thank you guys for doing something that makes gamers look like we care a little bit. I appreciate it.
I want to put out there that I'm the one who's giving it the bad reputation.
I will not disagree with Rich on that. Usually him and I butt heads on things.
That was a shot at me. It was a straight shot from Tom to me.
Kappa, shots fired. So
I actually think that was a grenade that he threw and then dove on top of himself.
Yeah.
But I had a personal question for both Casey and Taylor. What are your favorite games to play? I mean, obviously you do these things for charity, but when you're not doing them for charity, what do you like to play in your own time? On what system? What are you doing?
My absolute favorite game is Dragon Age.
Are you
Um,
PC? Are you console?
Yes. I've been I was console for the last generation. I have a PC now and a Wii U, and we're gonna see how that goes.
Okay.
That's the right answer, by the way.
That's the correct answer? Sweet.
Yes. PC first, Wii U second. Only places to find unique gameplay and everything else.
Yep.
There you go.
I personally am just a Nintendo person. I've always loved Nintendo. I mean, I like other stuff, but and Zelda all the way.
Zelda. Good.
Favorite all-time Ocarina of Time.
You two officially have an invitation to come back anytime you want to talk games with me, because these people are heathens compared to you.
I will take you up on that.
Maybe if
yeah.
you guys come around more often, Rich won't be as angry.
Maybe.
I'll come back
Randy's
anytime you want me.
Randy's going to sit here and talk about Watch Dogs and be like, man, it only runs at 720, but have you seen the game?
Hey, it runs in 921 if I read the article right. So, right? Like, how do you get that number? Like, who's there with a calculator? Like, well, actually, our press release needs to say 921.
We went through and counted the pixels on a horizontal scale until we came up with the 921 number.
Maybe they asked someone to do that, and he got tired at 921. It was like, that's it. That's the number. I'm not
Or he
going to
got,
1080.
or he got
I'm
fired
done.
when he didn't get to 1080. Okay.
All right, so I am completely out of questions and ideas and thoughts, but thank you guys for doing this.
Just throw out a quick recap. Is that okay if I do
Yes,
that?
please go for it. Absolutely.
8redcoins.org, streaming live Saturday at 5 p.m. Mountain, 120-star Mario 64 run for the National Multiple Sclerosis Society. The donation link is there on the page. If you donate any amount, you'll be entered to win our drawings for any of our prizes. You can donate $25 to advertise your blog, other things, business, whatever.
We had someone advertise themselves once.
That's awesome.
As a bachelor.
I'd make
you
you
donate-
a full-page ad that says, "This is how you will play Mario 64 from here out." Like the worst griefing I can.
If you donate $10, you can make us sing a song of your choice. I think that's all our things we have for this one. In June,
Know the song.
Donkey Kong
do you like
64.
looking up the lyrics, or do you make them up as you go along?
Oh, we'll just look it up on YouTube.
All right.
Learn it.
If
Sing it for you.
If you request it beforehand, we can actually do research if we don't know the song. Go all out.
There you go.
Fever,
And then we'll be back in June for Donkey Kong 64 for the PetSmart charities, and in August with Final Fantasy IX for the Trevor Project.
That's my favorite Final Fantasy. Yes.
Mine too, yay!
Yes.
Awesome.
I almost
Mine
beat
too.
it when I was younger, and then I don't even want to talk about it.
You know,
See,
it's
and that's-
late, but if I remember, I'm going to take you up on the singing song, and I'm going to make you sing We Are Never Getting Back Together by Taylor Swift as you rescue Princess Peach.
I'll
I
do
feel
it.
like that's how
I'll do
Mario
it.
will really feel.
No shame. No shame.
Awesome.
Right on, guys. Well, I feel like Randy, Rich, as much as I want to go into deep discussion about many other video games, I want to go to bed. So I think we are good to call it, or do you want to continue on for another half an hour?
Whatever you want's fine with me.
I'm okay,
Yes.
but if Rich needs to vent about the whole Kickstarter thing, he can. Like,
Oh, yeah, we should
he's
talk
got
about
5 minutes to have the floor.
All right, let's do it. I want to hear about it. Let's do the Kickstarter thing because I sat on Twitter that day and thought of all these terrible things to say to you, and I've been waiting. Let's do it. Go ahead, Rich. Let's talk Kickstarter.
Tom lives for this shit. I think it actually makes sense to do it right now for two reasons. Number one, it's new. It just happened and it's bullshit. And number two, these guys are asking for your money this weekend for a good cause. There are people out there asking for your money for not a good cause. Okay? This week on Sony's blog, they had Harmonix, they posted a thing for Harmonix saying that they want to remake the PlayStation 2 game Amplitude, one of Jacob's favorite games ever. I wish he was here to discuss how much he loved it. It's a great musical game, precursor to Rock Band with like a spaceship shooting and things. Fantastic game. They want to remake it. They want to make it more modern, do all new graphics, a whole new song list, all of these things. But they want you to kickstart it. The company responsible for making all the first 2 Guitar Heroes, which were the money makers, and all of the Rock Band games, are begging you for money to remake one of the best games that they ever made. I'm sorry. First off, I have 2 problems with this. Number one, they've got enough. Like, they cannot ask people to... We're going to judge whether or not we think that there's interest in this by having people kickstart it. Screw you. If you want to make the game, make the game. There are enough people out there who want it. Put it up on the PlayStation Network for $15. Make a deal with Sony. Give it away as a free game on PlayStation Plus. Give back to your fans. Do something. It's disingenuous for a multi-million-dollar company to start begging for money. That's first. Second, it's on the PlayStation blog. That means that they have a publisher to support them for whatever it is. If they want you to go kickstart it, Sony's behind it. If they make it Sony exclusive, they put it up there, Sony doesn't have enough money to throw around to get this done? Really? They're promoting it on Sony's blog. Let me make sure I understand this correctly and how disingenuous this actually is. Sony doesn't want to front the money. Harmonix doesn't want to front the money. So they're asking you, by holding hostage one of the best games they ever made. How fucking stupid is that? Sorry, I'm done.
I dare one of you to tell Rich that Bioshock Infinite was the best game ever.
That game is total garbage. I'm tired of pretentious bullshit. Pretentious and it's bullshit. Look,
I haven't played it yet. I have it, but I haven't played it yet.
Rich,
I'm stopping you. I'm stopping you. Don't spoil the game. Don't do it.
No, I wasn't going to do that. My question was, have you seen the movie Inception?
Yes.
Did you get the movie without all of those other people going, well, this is why it was deep?
Yes.
Yeah, it's because it's the ending to Titanic.
Well, because it's not that deep, right?
It washes up on the beach, right?
It's pretentious to think that it's deeper than it actually is. There's your synopsis for Bioshock Infinite.
So,
oh, man.
I don't even want to troll you anymore. Like, your rant disarmed anything I had to say to you.
But, isn't that absolutely unbelievable? Sony is backing someone else to take your money for something they're holding hostage.
But
what's
it's
next?
a dangerous precedent for that, and it's kind of stealing Kickstarter away from the people it should be for, which is the indie developers, and the people who are actually trying to do something new, not remake something that's already been done, which is essentially a press a button at the right time game.
Right, and I think that's what breaks me about it, like made me more agree with you, Rich, is I was watching our interview from last week with the guys trying to kickstart Shadowforge. Or the Shadowforge studio is trying to kickstart Children of War, because I backed it. I've been checking it every day, like, I want this game to be made. I want this game to be made. And that was actually, after your rant, my first thought was all of the PR and all of the marketing that Harmonix has and that Sony has, you know what I mean? And what is their Kickstarter goal? I didn't even look. Is it like
$750,000?
Right, so... they
already have source code for.
And so these guys want $50,000 to make a new RPG, and they're going to struggle to get it because the gaming world is going to be looking over at Amplitude, and that's something that does bum me out, because I think you're right when you say that, Casey, that it's not. It wasn't meant for big studios. I mean, I know Double Fine was the first successful gaming Kickstart, right? But even that, I don't consider them to be a monster studio.
Well,
So
it's a company doing something that it doesn't need to do. It's a company saying, well, we need your money to make this game. If you want this game, you have to give it to us. It's very similar to, this is kind of a different tangent, but it's still relative in the fact that when Xbox One first launched, they're like, well, you have to have the Kinect. You have to have it or else the system won't work. You have to spend an extra $100 on it even if you don't want it. And guess what? In June, you don't have to buy one anymore and you can spend $100 less. Same type of thing. It's a company doing something just to make money for no other reason than that.
Well, it was brought up originally that this is designed to test the waters. That's my bunny ears, by the way. It's testing the water. We want to see if there's interest to make an Amplitude. Well, if you guys at Harmonix love Amplitude, and I love Amplitude, it was a great game. Frequency and Amplitude on the PS2 were amazing games. But if you love the game, make the game. You have the means and the opportunity, make the fucking game.
Screw that. Even if they want to see if there's interest in the game, create a Facebook page or group that's designated exactly to that, and if you get enough likes, you commit to make the game.
That was the suggestion I made the other day. Have it be up there, be like, hey, if this hits retweet, 110,000 times, we'll make this game or something like that. Like, you're gonna get 100,000 people to retweet it, and you're going to see it without having to force people to give you money to hopefully get something. Let's talk about the fans for it. If you're a diehard Amplitude fan, which I know Jacob is, he puts $20 down on Amplitude, and they don't make $750,000 as their goal. That's kicking an entire group in the face and being like, hey, guys, remember that hope you had that someday we'd give you what you want? See the picture? That's a great picture, huh? That's essentially what they're doing. And it's very much like, it's Kacey, what he said. They're taking away the power from getting people into making games. They're taking, like, people have already flooded the Steam Greenlight service so bad that it's almost not worth putting your game on there in some cases. The Kickstarter stuff is getting a bad reputation, and this can't possibly help. Crowdfunding, who the fuck knows what's going on with that stuff? They're taking this away. You guys came on the show today. You're asking for people to watch and people to donate for a good cause, but things like this take away even from that. Like the instant that you can't rely on someone because some big asshole somewhere decided that he didn't want to front the money for something he should be doing because that's his business, this is a problem. This is a big problem. Okay, I'm done again.
Okay. Well,
Rick just dropped the mic.
So my only thought on it, and then I will be silent for the rest of the evening, is that I haven't. What's the media backlash on this? I haven't looked. I haven't really been following it too closely because I didn't care. But is it?
As it turns out, the honest part of it is nobody knew what Amplitude was.
Oh, okay. So it's mostly. So it's mostly positive, right? People are gonna be like, "Oh, this is cool. Let's go look at it." So let's take it in another vein. What if your cell phone carrier tried to kickstart something? I imagine all
Apple
flaming.
was like, well, if you guys donate this much money, we'll release a new iPhone.
Could you imagine media social rage hell hitting the internet? And that's I wonder why that hasn't happened. But
local news is if you donate enough money, we will report the news this evening.
Isn't that essentially what the hostage taking part of it is? Can you imagine the next Angry Birds? You have to buy it for $1 before we release it, and then we'll get you the game.
I'm gonna do that at work tomorrow. I'm gonna be like, you know what? I will go out there and I will start doing everything I need to do, but first I would need every one of you to give me $2.
I'll put it towards what you need in the long run. You just have to trust me on this one.
All right. Well, I think with that we'll call it a night. Guys, thank you again so much for coming on and talking about what you're doing, and thank you for what you're doing this weekend.
Thank you.
Absolutely. I'll come back anytime you guys will have me.
Dude, just based on what games you like and the fact that you agree with me, you will come back whenever.
Rich is going to invite me every week now.
Every week.
You were after this weekend, but we'd love to have you back to talk about how this went.
Yeah.
Just how it went in the end. If Rich can grief you enough to make you do things.
Man.
I don't know.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Thank you guys. All right.
Thanks.
We are out of here. Have a wonderful night, everybody. I'm gonna push the stop
Internet.
button.